Okay, boys and girls, I have a story that I'd like to read to you. It's called The Alligator Baby. I think you might remember me reading this book to you in class, but just in case, I thought I'd read it to you again because I know some of you really, really loved it. So I'm going to read it one more time, okay? So this is called The Alligator Baby. I hope you can see it. It's by, the author is Robert Munch. It's kind of a hard last name to say. And the illustrator is by Michael Marchenko. This is the person who put the pictures in the story in the book. And the author, Robert, is the one who put the words that put this, and he put the words that made the story up. Isn't that exciting? So let's see what he wrote about. It's called The Alligator Baby. One day, can you see that? One day, Kristen's mother woke up and yelled, "A baby, a baby, I'm having a baby." Look at that. She woke up the kitty cat. She woke up Daddy, and even the birds. She yelled so loud. There's the baby in there. Kristen's father jumped up, zoomed around the room, got dressed, and grabbed Kristen's mama by the hand. They ran downstairs to the car and drove off really, really, really fast. Vroom! That's the noise the car made when it took off super fast. Unfortunately, they got lost. They didn't go to the hospital. They went to the zoo, but it was okay. Kristen's mama had a lovely baby. Then they drove home and knocked on their front door. Blam, 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 blam. Do you guys remember how to say zoo in sign language? Let me show you. Like this. You draw a Z. Zoo. Have you ever been to the zoo before? What's your favorite animal to go see? Mine is this one. See if you can guess what it is. It's an elephant. Elephant, those are my favorite animals to see. They're so big with their big floppy ears, and they're so gigantic, and I just love them. Kristen opened the door, and there was her mama holding something all wrapped up. "Kristen," she said, "would you like to see your new baby brother?" "Oh, yes," said Kristen. So Kristen lifted up the bottom of the blanket. She saw a long green tail. Green tail. Let's see, how do I do this? Tail. A green tail. Let's see. Kristen lifted up the middle of the blanket, saw a green claw. She saw a green claw and said, "That's not a people claw." Kristen lifted up the top of the blanket, saw a long green face with lots of teeth and said, "That's not a people face. That is not my baby brother." "Now, Kristen," Mama said, "don't be jealous." Just then the baby reached up and bit Kristen's mama on the nose. She yelled, "Ah!" Then the baby reached up and bit the daddy on the nose. He yelled, "Ah!" "That's not a people baby," said Kristen. "That's an alligator baby." "Goodness," said her mama, "we've got the wrong baby." Oh my gosh. Alligator. How do you say alligator in sign language? See the picture? Their nose, this little guy bit mama's nose and the daddy's nose. Alligator. This is how you say alligator. Alligator. So, Kristen, there's Kristen, put the alligator baby into the fish tank right here. And her mama and daddy drove back to the zoo. They came back in 1 hour and knocked on the door like this. Blam, 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 blam. Kristen opened the door and her mama said, "Would you like to see your new baby brother?" "Oh, yes," said Kristen. Kristen lifted up the bottom of the blanket, saw a fishy tail, and said, "That's not a people tail." Kristen lifted up the middle of the blanket, saw a flipper, and said, "That's not a people flipper." Kristen lifted up the top of the blanket, saw a face with whiskers, and said, "That's not a people face. That is not my baby brother." "Now, Kristen," said Mama, "don't be jealous. What do you think it is? Do you see what that is? See the kitty's looking up, wondering what that is? Oh, look at the kitty. The kitty has his tongue out. He's saying this with his face. I think I want to eat that." "No, kitty, you can't eat it. That's somebody's baby." Just then the baby reached up with its flipper and flapped her father's face. Whap, 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 whap. He yelled, "Ah! It's a seal baby. We've got the wrong baby." So Kristen put the seal baby in the bathtub and her mama and daddy drove back to the zoo. Let's see, seal. This is the seal baby. You see that? I think this is how you say seal. 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 And you guys know how to say baby? Baby. Baby. Baby seal. Baby alligator. They came back in 1 hour and knocked on the door. Blam, 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 blam. They said, "Kristen, would you like to see your new baby brother?" "Oh, yes," said Kristen. She lifted up the bottom of the blanket, saw a very hairy leg, and said, "That's not a people leg." She lifted up the middle of the blanket, saw a very hairy arm, and said, "That's not a people arm." She lifted up the top of the blanket, saw a very hairy face, and said, "That's not a people face. This is not my baby brother." "Now, Kristen," said Mama, "don't be jealous. See the picture? Look at the kitty. Look at that. Look at the seal is in the bathtub having a fun time in there. How cute. Excuse me. Then the baby reached up with its feet and grabbed her mama's ear and her father's ear, and they both yelled, "Ah! That's a gorilla baby. We've got the wrong baby." "Let me do it," said Kristen. So her mama and father put the gorilla baby on the chandelier in the living room. That's a really fancy lamp that goes up on the ceiling. It's called a chandelier. And Kristen went off to the zoo on her bicycle. So this time she said, "Let me do it. I'll go to the zoo. You guys stay here." So that's a baby gorilla. You guys know how to say gorilla in sign language? Like this. Get your G and get your other G and go, "Woo, woo, woo, woo." G, gorilla. I'm feeling a little silly over here doing this by myself, but I know you guys are having a good time, so that's good. First, Kristen looked in the snake cage. No people babies. Then Kristen looked in the wombat cage. No people babies. Then Kristen looked in the elephant cage. No people babies. Then she stopped and listened. From far away she heard, "Wah, wah, wah, wah." "That's more like it," said Kristen. She followed the sound. It was coming from the gorilla cage. Oh, look at all those animals. I love the zoo. I can't wait to go back to the zoo again to see all the fun animals. Kristen looked at the mommy gorilla and said, "Give me my baby brother." The gorilla jumped away and wouldn't give the baby back at all. That's a human baby. Oh, that's Kristen's brother right there. That's the baby brother. Then the people baby reached up and bit the gorilla on the nose, and the gorilla yelled, "Ah!" and handed the baby to Kristen. Kristen jumped on her bicycle and pedaled home. Oh, look at that. See, the gorilla's holding her nose, and she gave the baby brother back to Kristen. Now she's going to go on her bicycle, and the baby's in the basket. They're going home. Kristen knocked on the door like this. Blam, 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 blam. When her parents opened it, she said, "Would you like to see your new baby?" Kristen's mama lifted up the bottom of the blanket and said, "Look, people legs." She lifted up the middle of the blanket and said, "Look, people hands." She lifted up the top of the blanket and said, "Look, a people face." Kristen's mama picked up her baby and gave it a big, big hug. Her daddy took the baby and gave it a big, big hug too. And her mama said, "Kristen, Kristen, you got the baby back. Good for you." Oh, they're all so happy. Even the kitty cat is happy, I think. Let's see. Yep. That's a happy kitty cat. I know Ava likes kitty cats, huh, Ava? But what are we going to do with all these other babies? Yelled Kristen's daddy. There is a seal baby in the bathtub, an alligator baby in the fish tank, and a gorilla baby hanging from the chandelier. We should take them back to the zoo. But Kristen looked out the window and said, what did Kristen say? You guys want to see the picture? There's the baby gorilla hanging from the fancy chandelier. There's the crocodile, and I think that is the seal playing in the bathtub, right? And there's the kitty cat and the human baby. That is Kristen's brother. But Kristen looked out the window and said, "I don't think we'll have to do anything at all." Look at all the mamas came. They're not happy. That's the mommy gorilla looking for the baby gorilla. That's the mama seal looking for the baby seal. There's the baby seal. And there's the mama alligator looking for her baby alligator. So they came to the house. They didn't have to go to the zoo. And everything was okay until Kristen's mother had twins. She has more babies in there. My goodness. And I think all the wackiness started all over again. So she had twins. Let's see, twins like this. Twins, no wait, down here. Twins, twins. I hope you guys liked the story. Wasn't that a fun story? Alligator baby. I love you.